Right then, Yvonne. Okay, so setup-wise, it was pretty good. Just a few tweaks there with the grip. Certainly your left hand was a little bit round as you look down to the left, okay? Want to make sure we get it in the fingers of the left hand so you can sort of see the sort of two knuckles and this sort of thumb pad and the left thumb there, the left index finger, a bit more on top of the grip rather than off to the side there. But you got that pretty quickly fair, so that's not a problem, okay? The main focus point now in terms of the swing is, okay, imagine there's a wall behind you. Yeah. Okay, we want that club to kind of swing up and miss the wall. If we look at your old swing here now as you went back, as you go back halfway, dink, you're already at the wall there anyway. The club at this point now, we'd expect to be at some kind of angle towards the golf ball, but the club now is very, very levelled off and flat. So your natural swing plane, as we call it, wants to hit a golf ball, I'll give you a circle, up here somewhere, okay? So it's very, very flat. And then, of course, then we start lifting your arms up here now, and your spine angle starts standing up. So at this point in your backswing, you're now very vertical. Having started off leaning over the ball, you've now stood up. And as we also saw from the face angle camera when we were looking from this way, you moved away from the ball that way. So you've moved this way, backwards, and bent your arms. There's a lot of variables there that you've got to try and judge on the way down, okay? This practice swing on the right-hand side now as we go back, okay? There you go. So club there now. As we start hinging the wrist, the hands now more in front of the torso, okay? If we compare that position with the hands the same height, there, look at the different angle of that club. That club now is working down to the golf ball, where that one is working out there, okay? Hands sort of similar spot there, okay? The hands then start working up. This is a shorter swing, you're in a practice swing, okay? Back down to the golf ball, twisting through. Don't keep the head down in your practice swing. What we want to see is the swing you make now in this next one, which is brilliant. This is your best swing in the lesson, to be fair. Good setup there. Okay. Missing the wall going back. So the angle now, that club now much higher, much better angle. Hands are a lot more towards your torso rather than from here, sort of way behind you around here kind of thing. Okay, there's a big old gap there between your body. Look where your hands are now if I just clear that. So your hands are sort of at least on the edge of your torso, whereas here, they're kind of over there too far behind, and your body sort of leant back and you just look a bit more awkward leaning this way, whereas this one you've maintained your posture nicely over the ball, okay? As you come back to the golf ball there now, nice full shoulder turn as you're coming back down. Good angle back in the golf ball, good strike of the ball, and then look at that twist through the ball there now compared to this big drop to try and scoop it, and then you sort of came to the end, but it's a bit of a sort of droppy kind of, I need to get lower because I've been standing up and bending my arm, and this angle here now is not going to really help you hit the golf ball. The club's way behind you here, hitting that wall. We go back to this one here now. Look where that club's coming from there in impact, okay? You've just maintained your angle, and also the spine angle here has been kind of main. If you look at your body there, it's set up sort of on that blue line, and you kind of stay there, yeah? There's not much variation with that, whereas this one, okay, if we put a line through here now, okay, watch as you go back, stood up, now drop. You got to try and judge that spine angle change. When you get it right, it was all right, but more often than not, you didn't quite get it, and you're trying to adjust where the golf ball is, and it just makes it difficult. To be fair, for your consistency will be off. Okay, if we can say right, you set the golf ball there nicely on with the left hand grip correct, and it's just two turns of the body and a switch of the arms. That's the golf swing. If we add in standing up, leaning, dropping, bending, pushing, tilting, it's just so much going on there.
You going like that?
I think for you, I think walls are going to be a good help for you, okay? Number one, have a wall behind you, probably about 1 foot, 2 foot to start with, okay? Just do the backswing. Don't do follow-throughs, because the follow-through would want to come around a little on a different angle, because it's a follow-through position, okay? So don't, just do kind of from here, kind of go up, and then back, up, and then back, trying to get that club to work up higher. The more you can work the club higher, the better that'll be, or easier it'll become in practice, okay? And then, using the wall on the other side, stand there with the club, your head on the forehead, on the wall there now, and make movement like you see. Head staying very stable. Okay, which is good. So you got that good. It's now just controlling your arms around your body to come back to the golf ball and twist through fully. Okay, make sense?
A lot of sense.
Excellent. Very, very good.